welcome to another episode of
Mum
and Son. I'm Jay, I'm the son.
and I'm Alicia and I'm the mum.
Hope you're doing well, everybody, and thank you and appreciate you for joining us on this episode. And today's episode is going to be about a subject
of well, gosh, I think today we're going to look at
overcoming adversity.
That's it. Overcoming
adversity. It was so
adversity.
shocking we didn't even want to spoil it.
Yeah, I was
we had
trying
to drip feed that
there.
there.
Yeah.
Overcoming adversity.
Yeah, that's a big.
Dum dum dum.
Boy!
That is really. This is something I feel that's very potent.
Ooh.
Like, it's something that in life. It's that thing we've talked previously on other episodes, and you might have watched it. If you have, you know what we're talking about. If not, you can, about change. And when changes can happen that you can't control, sometimes those changes can come in the form of adversity.
Absolutely. And no matter what, we're going to face it because life is such that no matter what, we are going to face adversity at some point in our lives.
The peaks and valleys that just consist within life itself.
Life's journey.
There will be peaks and valleys.
Yeah. So I think we can talk about, how to face adversity, how to overcome adversity, and how to kind of ride the wave of adversity and get through it as best you can, because literally once it's at your doorstep, there's only one thing you can do to get through it. You have to get through it in some way, shape or form. This adversity is something you just can't circumvent. It's like once it's at your doorstep, it's making choices, decisions, taking actions, and having trust, faith, hope, belief in overcoming it in the best way that you can, depending on your circumstances and depending on, the person you are yourself. I feel with adversity, you will be the instrumental force in changing the outcome, confronting the outcome, overcoming the outcome. In fact, I would say you need to do more work on yourself in times of great adversity than you would at maybe any other time. What do you think?
I think that's absolutely true. I think when adversity arises, it's almost like the biggest lesson to try and pass. Yeah. That's why I was.
Yeah. And it's gonna, the growth of the person you're gonna have to become to get through it is going to be, really telling of how you are gonna confront it. What do you reckon?
It is because I said this, and just because we kind of, when picking this topic, we sort of just were talking, and then we were
talking about it. And
I was saying that the way that I see adversity is almost like life's university.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. Say that again.
It's like, adversity is like life's university.
Brilliant.
You're going through things the same way that when you study and do things, you go through a sort of a hard test or like a hard lesson, and you're meant to pass it.
Correct.
When you go for adversity, as you said, it's a time to grow. It's a time to learn.
Yeah.
And then a time to pass and go beyond and grow from whatever's happening.
Absolutely.
And I see it in that concept.
That's a brilliant way to see it, Jay. Really. I think if a lot of people can see it in that way, if you can see it in that way, it's part of your journey.
Yeah.
You're going to overcome it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be there forever. It's like a test that you have to do, you have to undertake, you have to get through. But it's, you're going to be leaving it behind. It's not going to be, you're not attending university for the rest of your life. It's a phase, it's a period in your lifetime that you undertake and is a part of your journey.
Yeah.
And you can learn from it. Obviously you do. And, you know, same with adversity. You will learn from it. You will, you know, it will become something that you can draw on how you got through it, and it can strengthen you. You can learn to find strength in the adversity that you have faced, and you can use that strength to take you steps further.
It's absolutely true, and I think most films that you look at, in most films, especially ones like action and that,
I love films.
There is always a moment when things go well, and then adversity hits.
True.
And when adversity hits, that's why we love most films that we watch, because the character or the main lead overcomes the adversity and then gets the victory. Or becomes the victor.
That's true. That's the formula, really.
And that's why I think films are so telling of this, because it is in some way a replication of life. The journey that you're living and things that you're doing, misfortune and these things that slip in and happen sometimes, you can't control it. However, as we said, you can only control how you react to it, how you respond.
That's why I said to get through adversity is going to be a real telling test of who you become in overcoming it. You know, everything will be down to you. Even if these are there are factors that are beyond your, you know, they're kind of out of your control. The only thing you can do is work on yourself and work on you. You're the only one who has control over you.
That's absolutely brilliant, because it's almost as if someone goes, oh, but what's the special way to overcome adversity? It's almost by sort of working on yourself and then facing it and then overcoming it because of who you become in that process.
Exactly, because it's like when you work on yourself and you know, we've talked a bit about how you look at things and they can change, but if you work on yourself, you will find external circumstances will start changing around you. You know, whatever has caused your adversity, things will start to change because you're changing as a person, isn't it? And you know, I've heard that saying as well, for things to change, you've got to change. So regardless of the adversity, whether it's love, whether it's money, whether it's, you know, anything, family, whatever, you have to, again, self-reflection, look at yourself and ask, what am I learning from this current situation? What is this adversity trying to show me, trying to teach me, trying to, you know, tell me something about myself? Although at the time, you will look at the adversity and say, that's the problem. That is the cause of all my troubles. Why me?
This isn't fair.
This is not fair. You know, why has all this negativity befallen me? Or why is my life always...
just as something was going good,
it just started to go bad.
Thrown me out, you know, thrown me off balance and everything.
All those questions, you know, but they can only be answered if, you know, if I can put it this way, they can only be answered from within. And that's
the thing that some people may hear that and be shocked. Some people may know that, but others may hear that and go, what? Like, I can't believe it. But that's the solution, or that's the way.
That is the way.
It's within you.
It's within you. It's kind within of you.
Yeah.
That sort of power to change your situation, that power to turn things around, that power to convert adversity into success, or, you know, turn the energy around in some way, shape or form. As we said, you have to work on yourself, and the answers and the solutions lie from within yourself. That's true. If I can put it that way. And it's really, again, it's like what we spoke about earlier. you know, sometimes when we talk about these things, it's like, this is a paradox.
Yeah,
You know, this is happening to me. You know, I lost my home or whatever, or, you know, this happened to me, this terrible thing. But to overcome it, it starts with you.
It does.
It may be an external thing happening to you. That's the external. Things may be out of your hands, out of your control. But the only way to control the external is to work on yourself and control and work on the internal. That's what.
And for people,
you know,
hearing that, because some people go, oh, so do I just work on myself, then everything magically changes outside of me? But a stepping thing too, that when we say working on ourselves, is taking that time to reflect, seeing what is the lesson, or what is in some kind of way, like what is trying to be
shared with you or exposed. You know, what are you being exposed to? Yeah.
And what's it sharing that you have to now sort of take that lesson or get it and transition yourself further or beyond this thing. And that's why I said it's like a university, because it's almost like whatever's going on, whatever problem there is, you are the solution.
Correct.
So it's like you're figuring the solution out, because you can only know that or figure it out by looking within you.
Correct.
And then after that, when you reflect on it, when you look at it, when you start thinking about ways that I could approach it differently, or things that I could do differently to myself and so on, that can take me beyond whatever I'm facing, then it's almost like you begin to not just face it, but you begin to overcome it as well.
Yeah. And, you know, once you start working on yourself, you start, you know, I'm going to say it again, but you start listening to your inner voice, trusting in the answers and, you know, the information you're being given intuitively. You know, as I say, you know, intuition to me is the voice of the soul talking to you, giving you advice, giving you guidance, giving you help. And if you can sort of tune in by working on yourself, you can tune in to those aspects of your nature. You know, we're not all like that. Some people can't do that. But, you know, when you start listening to your heart or listening to your soul, you start to say, you start to get ideas. I think I can find a way out of this. I think, you know, this may be a solution. If I work on myself, if I do this, if I do that, if I, you know, because sometimes you may be blaming another person for everything, you know, and maybe that person is to blame, but what can you do about them? Nothing. You can only be in control of you.
That's it.
They're out of your boundary.
Yeah.
What they choose to do, how they choose to do it, you know, what they're doing, whatever, is beyond your control. You may have even tried to control them and it's backfired, you know, but the only person you can control is yourself and work on yourself. And I feel, you know, in some strange way, that is the solution to all adversity.
It is.
You working on yourself to overcome it in some way, shape or form. Strange solution to adversity. But in a way, I feel everything starts with you in some way.
It does.
What do you think about that? I mean,
well, we all know that it starts with you and it ends with you. You know, that's the truth of it, and and that is even I guarantee every famous or most famous people that you know, they all faced some adversity
and challenges,
and massive challenges. So it's almost like those were the ones who probably did the things that we're talking about. You know, they probably did that and moved on. The ones we never hear about are the ones who let adversity overtake them to the point that they
got swallowed up.
And in my analogy of everything, they dropped out.
Yeah.
You know, like someone would
drop out of university.
university. they dropped out. You know, the lesson was too hard. I just dropped out.
Yeah, and that can happen.
But
because,
that can happen.
You
yeah,
know, we're
like,
all.
It can easily happen.
Yeah, because sometimes if you're always looking at the external to provide you with the solutions, you know, you can get disappointed.
Yeah, and if you're waiting for something to, if you
change
feel
on the
hopeless
external
or powerless, and you're waiting for something to just change
on the
you have
outside,
to throw your bone or something like that, you can sometimes be waiting for the rest of your life, and or just go, that's it. But when you start to say, I don't even, maybe I don't understand why this is happening, but I know I have to begin to, you know, sort of look inside myself, do the best I can with myself and everything I like have, and I will figure the rest out. But you have to start by taking some positive action with yourself in some type of way, because if you don't, you could even become a victim, and as you said, sort of get sucked in to what's going on, and that's when you lose your power, you lose your strength to face anything,
and you can turn to all kinds of things, you know, to help you get through it, you know,
external
substances, drugs,
or
whatever, alcohol,
like
so all those things can start to play a part in your life that are just gonna take you down, you know, a negative road, I guess, with you not facing up to
once again, that's
what it is.
That's cheating. If we use it in the analogy of university or something, would
that be yes?
That's kind of like a form of cheating, because you are the solution. So you have to figure the problem out and come with your own solution, and then hand in the paper. And then you pass on to the next phase of your life.
Yeah, I love that analogy.
Because everything
like you pass it on.
Because there's no kind of cheating here, or there's nothing that can outside
circumvent it.
And this and that. It's almost like you have to go through the phase. Yeah, and you have to go through
and you notice with adversity, you can't call on someone else to, you know, literally get you through it. You have. This is you.
Yeah, because even if someone does it support you, you have to, at the end of the day, do it yourself.
It's like, you know what it's like? It's like, using your university analogy, it's like your tutor can teach you all that they can, but if you have to go in and take an exam, they can't sit the exam for you.
Exactly.
Family can't sit the exam for you.
Yeah, exactly. Your family, so they support you, they can't sit your test. You can take it for you.
Yeah, you can take their support and you can take the support of others and use that as a foundation or a stepping stone, but they cannot undertake your life's journey for you. At the end of the day, that falls on you. You know, as we said, like, you have to sit your own exam to pass this test. And another thing about it, I would say, about adversity and stuff is, you know, it can be life's greatest teacher.
That's powerful, and that's what, to some extent, I'm seeing it like that.
Yeah, in a way, it can be life's greatest teachers. Yeah. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you know, I don't want it to teach me anything. I don't, you know." But if you look at life on a bigger, you know, you have a bigger picture, you can say, you know what? Because some people, they don't become the person that they are by everything falling in their lap. And, you know, you find that people that have faced adversity and challenges, their growth, who they become, some of them would say, you know what, if such and such hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Exactly. You know, so it is life's greatest teacher in some way, shape or form. And when you can see adversity like that, I'm not saying, you know, let go or surrender, but I'm saying that in some way, shape or form, you can see that this is a learning process. This is for my higher good, whether I see it in this way or not. It's for my higher good. And when I come out at the end of it, I'm going to be a much better person as part of the process. What do you reckon? I
totally agree. I mean, I'm only saying this now because it rhymes, but you can take what you want from it and see what I'm saying. But is adversity going to be your greatest teacher or your greatest beater?
Yeah.
As in,
I like that one.
as in, you know,
oh God,
is
Jay,
it going to be your
come out
greatest
with
teacher so that you can learn whatever it's telling you and not just be good where you are, but become great? Or is it going to be your greatest beater, as in you said, well,
you're going to give up?
It took me out.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm
it.
done.
Because the decision of if what happens is down to you. How you respond to it, how you work on yourself, and how you react to it, face it, overcome it. So it can either be your greatest teacher or your greatest beater.
Yeah, that's true. I like that.
That is going to be up to you.
It can beat you down.
It can either beat you down or break you.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the story type of thing.
Yeah.
Or you drop out if you're using the analogy
of the uni.
Or it can be your greatest teacher and you can graduate, pass, and then elevate yourself to a whole different level of life and everything that you never knew was there. But because of this, it reminds me of athletes. When sometimes in their career, whether it's personal or whether there's injuries, sometimes they can come back from those things even greater.
It's true. It's true.
And they have to work on their psychology as well as their body. So that's what we're saying. It's
you're in a way talking about finding strength.
Finding that inner strength.
To overcome, what lies ahead.
Yeah.
And at times you may feel there's nowhere to turn. There's nothing you can do. You've done all you can to try and change the external circumstances. And when you can't, don't worry. The answer is always going to be or lies with you. So don't get yourself too stressed out on the external because you have no control over it. Like we've said, I think understanding those things allows adversity to start to dwindle away, in the sense that you then begin to break down the power of the challenge that you're facing by you viewing it in a way that I know what I'm going to learn from this. I feel I've become a better person by this experience. What is it teaching me? And at the end of the day, you are going to have personal growth beyond measure. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like uni, using that analogy again. At the end of your studies, whether it's 3 or 4 years, you know that you are not the person that joined in your first year.
Sure.
Once you graduate, what you've learned, what you've become, who you are, and how it prepares you for the next phase of your life is, you can't quantify it really.
Yeah.
So if you can see it as part of your journey, that helps you overcome it as well. I feel
that's exactly
in some
it.
way.
That is exactly it. So I think everything we said, from that analogy to everything else, and here's what I'd say as well, just quickly, as I just thought, any problem that you're going through or adversity you're facing, I guarantee there's someone in the history of humanity that's faced it before and they've overcome it. Multiple hundreds, thousands of times.
And sometimes, your adversity, or what you consider to be adverse situations or circumstances, people have had way worse.
Oh, well, we know because sometimes we could be talking about adversities, as you said, that could be like, this is happening to me, or could be due with relationships, or even like, money, or you lost your job. But there's some people in different parts of the world that could be like, I can't even eat today. Yeah. Like that's my biggest thing. Or someone could be facing critical health that could
issues,
be terminal, and they're trying to rehabilitate that.
Correct.
Or turn that around.
Correct.
So it's almost that thing of, once again, like, don't take where you are for granted as well. Like, make the most of it and make use of it, but know that you have the power within you now. Even if you've never tapped into it or anything, you have that inner power and strength, and you have to kind of look within yourself, reflect on things, see what, regardless of the negative, because in every negative situation, there's also a positive trying to rear its head, trying to come out. So if you look beyond the negative, even if it's just 30% positive, there's something there. A little glimmer can be the difference. What's that trying to teach me, or what can I do there to kind of make that positive bit bigger? And turn my life around. So even if you're someone who feels they can't find it within themselves or do that, then find motivation from other people that are successful and they've been through things.
Yeah.
Use those things and see what they had to work on and do to become better or overcome whatever they were going for.
And to strengthen,
but just
draw
as
that strength from.
Alicia said, at the end of the day, regardless of knowing that, you'll still have to do the actual effort and work. You'll still have to take the test yourself.
Yeah.
But if that helps you at least get a better understanding of it, then great. But remember, it will be you facing the test at the end of the day. So you have to prep yourself as best as you can to be ready for it yourself.
I mean, you know, when we started today's thing on adversity, I didn't know that those would be the answers we'd be sharing. But the more we spoke about
sometimes, like we know, most time we don't know.
No, but as we spoke about it, you know, I just started to kind of realize and tune into the fact that, wow, it all rests with us.
It does.
And that's why I shared that with you today. So, you know,
well,
but I hope you've enjoyed this one. Yes. It's not been an easy one because, you know, when you feel like this, you can feel all is lost. But, you know, stay positive. Hopefully you've got help and advice from some of the things we shared. And you can use them just as little stepping stones. Whether you agree or not, it doesn't matter. You can always say, you know what, I'll try to work on myself, or I'll try to see things from a different vantage point and see if that will make a difference. And if it does, let us know. Leave your comments below and, you know, let us know because, yeah, we're all going to face this and hopefully it won't be as bad as you may feel it is.
And as I said, you know, adversity, see it as this lesson is my greatest teacher. This lesson isn't my greatest beater or my greatest punishment.
Yeah.
It's your greatest teacher. So when you see it like that, you say to yourself, well, I'm ready to do whatever it takes to overcome this and pass with flying colours. You know, that's the way you see it. When you change that perspective of it, you have control again. Yeah. And you can, like, you kind of choose what it's going to be.
Absolutely.
Because you recognise
you're going to determine the outcome.
Even though I feel at effect of it, I realise that I can change that around and almost
from
make
where
it
I'm coming
to my
from.
will. So that I can move forward past it.
Indeed.
And instead of being in the valleys of things, I'm going up.
I'm rising. I'm rising.
I'm rise. Up to the peak. Rise
to those challenges and overcome them. Have faith, have belief, have trust in yourself, and they will be overcome.
That's the truth. All right. So hope that helps. As my mum said, everything else on top of that. And if you like this episode, then, you know, thumbs up, give it a like. We'll be bringing out more content as well. And if there's anything you want to mention or say, then leave it in the comments. Let us know. If there's other topics you want us to talk about, then let us know as well. And we're very grateful that, you know, you're watching and, you know, it helps. Becoming part of the family. Yeah, exactly. Becoming a part of the family. If you're not already, then you can subscribe. That'll be awesome. And besides that, if there's anyone else who's going through something hard and they might want advice on adversity, you can always share this video as well. So that's it. Until the next one, MumNSon, we are done. Overcome. I like that one.